Hello and welcome to 18 WJTS-Inform. I'm your host, Bill Potter. Joining us in the studio is the winner of the 2015 WBDC Country Showdown, David Wayne. David, welcome to the show.
Good to be here.
I see that you brought your really nice trophy that you got from WBDC.
Yes, yes.
Now, you've got several of these from over the years.
Yes.
What's kind of funny is I can remember my first Showdown 34 years ago. You were with the band Crossfire.
Oh, you're implying that I've been around that long.
You've been around as long as I have.
I was the drummer back then, and probably, I don't know, I was still in my teens. So, yeah, that was the good old days.
You were in the, you would have been in your teens. Okay, that's right. We'll give you that.
Yeah.
But, that's funny that you did win when you were with Crossfire, and now you've won the Showdown. Last year, you won as well. No, you were second place last year.
Second place.
I remember, yeah. I mean, you keep coming down. You're a real crowd favorite. People like your performance. You do a nice mix of original tunes that you do, but you always include some old country too.
Well, that's what I said. My father brought me that first Merle Haggard album, and that was a great one. So I thought, what can I do this year that really? My daughter says, "Dad, you need to do that." And I said, "Well, I've always done that. It's always fun. You got a packed house, and I love to entertain. So, what can I do that's a little different?" I said, "I will go back and do the songs my dad always loved, and try to keep the clean songs as much as I can, And we did that little medley of Haggard and Jones and George Strait and Garth Brooks before we did the original.
And tell us about the original tune.
The original was written by Terry Kendall and I. Of course, TK was one of the has-beens, and he's been having some vocal trouble lately. I'm sure he'll be back. But that song we wrote, and actually we rewrote it with Buck Moore, and some friends with George Strait seemed to think he might have a chance on his next album. However, he just recorded one. And we did it two different ways. We did it that way, which we called our old way. And then we recorded it with Buck Moore, who wrote the Paint Me a Birmingham, a different way. But we're kind of partial to this version that they did at the Showdown.
Now, you are also known as the Singing Bug Man. Explain that to folks.
Well, we do those jingles, no more aggravation, put it into your frustration, called B&B Extermination. Yeah. I almost did that over there, see if they'd all sing along with that jingle, but
Well, the other day, somebody here at the station started singing that, and then I had it in my head the whole day.
A little catchy jingle, so, Bernie and I, we do the B&B Extermination thing, and we started writing those funny little commercials so they would be synonymous with us when they hear the B&B, and works out real well, Bill.
Okay, now let's talk about David Wayne and why do you perform? Why do you do this?
Well, my son and I now, we just, in the old days it was travel on the bus and Crossfire, and then and now I just play in church, really. No bars or anything really like that. But I do it because I love to entertain, and I do believe people. The older crowd, there's not a lot for them to do. And speaking of that, Bernie and I have been remodeling the old Legion to maybe do some private shows, But I love to entertain, whether it's gospel or whether it's country. People love to laugh. Terry and I love that funny stuff we do. In Florida, it's a big hit. We come out and do a little Wayne Deany magic, and then we do some old country, and then we do some gospel, like the King meets the King, and he puts on an Elvis suit. So. We just love to entertain. I don't think I can get that out of my system. I found out that my great-grandma and grandpa, that's what they did, and it just seems like that's the way of life.
What inspires you to write songs that you do?
The writing is really different because we can hit a dry spell where sometimes we don't care to, unless something really hits you, like driving out of a driveway and looking at the old folks that say, take a look, that's all there is, and then you write a song like Bittersweet Memories. Or now that Buck Moore has passed, it's just a lot of those life experiences. And I love the story songs, Wife and I got to go to Hawaii once. I told her I was going to surf. She said, it'll kill you. She was right, it almost killed me. But Buck Moore and I got a beautiful song called Waikiki that you all played for a while, about the guy almost drowned, So it's those true things in life that you go through.
Okay, now I don't want to put any age on you, but what are things that you suggest for younger people today who are working on a musical career? Some things that you suggest for them to keep in mind.
Well, the thing about it is, Bill, with the new kids, I like to give them inspiration and constructive criticism if I can. Some of them take that real well, you know, but in country music today, you know, I always tell them there's good country and there's bad country. There's good music and bad. You know, Lucifer was a fallen angel that was over all that good music years ago. I just tell them that if you try to keep God first, I think I said that in the interview, if you can do that and not stray away, you can be successful. But in Nashville, it's really hard today to do that. So many of them start on a good path, but you know, as I said, you know, I started out playing in a rock and roll bus, and I was country, but that come out eventually, you know, and now I'm just my son and I really playing in church on Sunday, but we'll be glad to represent you guys at state and give it the best. Well, and this may be kind of an odd question because for you it may be much of the same because you're happy with what you're doing, but what's next for David Wayne? Well, you know, I on the job will occasionally pick up a guitar and play it or tune some kid's guitar. But I truly like to go home at the end of the day. And my wife and I was at Lake Hamrick 15 years. We bought a little house in town, so we're close to our church. And I really am grounded in the faith now, so that's good. But the music, I still think, you know, God has a way of you know, you can't just put him in a box. So if I can go out there and represent you guys, and I think I'll always go back to the Showdown, whether it's a judge or whether it's me and Terry doing that comedy. Yes. But we love to entertain, so I think I'm going to stay close to the kids, stay close to the church, and play a little music here and there. Okay, and this is a great community to live in and to be a performer like you are. People, I think, really do enjoy when you come out and perform. Well, we enjoy those people over the years. You know, at the Showdown the other night, I seen Mr. Berger, and I said, "You've been coming here how long?" You see old buddies like Jay Nelson, and I wrote the song Betsy Pickle years ago, and Jay will once in a while just stop and call Betsy when we're playing the song. But I'm hoping that down the road for these fine folks that I can develop something that they can be proud to come and see a show, good, clean, family entertainment. My wife and I go to the Gustav, Marty Parker, who was up from Nashville. We took him to dinner there, and real nice atmosphere, you know. Looking for something where maybe a family sometime can take the kids and know that it's good, clean fun. All right. Well, David Wayne, thank you very much for coming. Thanks for having us, Bill. And once again, congratulations. Thank you. I've congratulated you a million times. David Wayne, the 2015 WBDC Country Showdown winner. Watch for him to perform near you. You might have a great time. And make sure you log on to BDC to hear those two new songs we have out. We have one called It's You, a ballad, and one that my son David Jr., Wheezy we call him, and Buck Moore wrote together called I'm a Feeling Good. So if they can keep tuning in, I'm sure they'll hear those songs. All right. All right. Thank you very much, David Wayne. Thanks, Bill. Thank you for watching WJTS Inform. We're local people watching local people. Yeehaw. Excellent.